So we're finally back with another episode of City to the Moon with Minneapolis Soccer Club. Of course, we've taken a little bit of time off recently because of the Euros. We had a live stream last week, but don't worry if you didn't see that. I'm going to talk you through Season 5. Yes, that's right, 5 years at the club so far. It's been success after success after success. Will there be more success this season? Well, let's see as we load up the game and find out. But before we get into today's episode, welcome back. If you're one of the returning viewers, welcome. If you're one of the new viewers, go and check out the playlist, which is down in the description if you want to find out a bit more about what the Minneapolis City Save is about and how we've got to where we are. And please, if you like this kind of video, you're glad to see it back, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, get the bell on for notifications. So just as a reminder, what we're doing here, we're using FMDigi's US ProRel database. We started with Minneapolis City in Tier 9 out of 10. We are now in Tier 6 at the end of Season 5. And, well, we'll see. We'll see. I won't give away too many spoilers about whether we're going to be in contention for promotion to Tier 5 or not. But, yeah, we're basically taking this club based in Minneapolis, and we're trying to take them as far as we can, focusing mainly on youth players. It's not a youth-only challenge in that I am allowed to sign local players preferably from the Minneapolis area, or American players at least. So we do have a little bit of flexibility. It's not youth players only, and we do have a signing to tell you about. But yeah, that's the challenge. So far, we've got a promotion each season. The club, in case you're not aware, the club are involved in this as well. They sent me this shirt. It's their away kit for the current season. Very snazzy, I'm sure you'll agree. And they're very active on social media, particularly on Twitter, and links for all their socials are down in the description. They like to get involved with this save as well. So anyway, where we are now. So we did the live stream last week. We had the cup game where we lost to Chattanooga, who are a few divisions above us in the system, and then we finished off with a draw against top team Connecticut. So we'll get into the league form first, and as you can see here, we're now at the point in the season we played 32 games. So there are 10 games left to play, and you can see, well, we're in that promotion playoff hunt, but we're falling behind the top two a bit. So Connecticut still lead. Tormenta FC 2 are occupying the second automatic promotion spot. We are 4 points behind them at the moment, so there's still a chance that we can force our way into automatic promotion contention. Forcing our way into the title picture might be a bit much to ask, but I'll talk you through some of the results we've had. Now, where we finished off, I think we finished off here, back in November with the live stream, but you'll notice a bit more red than the previous seasons we have had. A little bit of a step up in the level has presented a bit more of a challenge, but still we've been doing very well for a newly promoted team. So we had that draw with Connecticut, then we beat Arsenal USA 1-0. Then we had a bit of a wobble. We had a surprise defeat at home to Western Massachusetts. A game we should have won. They were well down in the league at the time, but yeah, it was a late goal that got them the win. We did a bit better in December, so we picked up 7 points from 3 matches. Mississippi, at the time we played them, were just a couple of places below us in the league, so that was a good result to pick up. But January, we did not start the new year with a bang. Not the right kind of bang anyway. We lost at home to Ocean City, which was a big disappointment. They were very low down in the league at the time. We bounced back with a win over Pittsburgh, but then we lost at home to Boston. So that was a bit unusual for us. 2 home games in a row, resulting in defeats. So we went into February. We bounced back with a win against Baltimore, but then you can see we did not win for the rest of the month. Only 3 points from 4 games there, including a match with Tormenta FC, that team that's currently in second. But you can see here, Ian Smith, if you're watching, Ian, you left us in the lurch, sent off just before half-time when we were 1-0 up. And then Tormenta came back into it in the second half, picking up the 2-1 win. Long Island, who are also in the hunt for a promotion place, we got a 1-1 draw with them, but again, we let them equalise towards the end of the game, so that was a bit disappointing. And then, big disappointment, lowly New Jersey Teamsters, who are fighting against relegation, and it was a 0-0 draw. We have, though, so far in March, bounced back a bit. Westchester, we beat them 2-0. We beat Michigan 1-0, so we're starting to grind out the results again. Now, we've got a couple of big games coming up. Atlanta Silverbacks, 3rd, and North Carolina Academy, 6th. So 2 absolutely massive games on the way. But before we get into those games, before we fast forward to the end of the season, a big day, the 14th of March, it's Youth Intake Day. Now, for the 5th year in a row, the head of youth development is telling me to whisper it quietly. He's using the words golden generation. He told me in that preview message that I should definitely not get excited about this group of players. So usually the truth lies somewhere in between the two extremes. Robin Leclerc is the diamond in a very strong group of players. So let's take a look at him first. As goalkeeper. So he's already on 1.5 star ability. Let's have a look at him. Temperamental personality. I actually like that in a goalkeeper. So nothing to worry about there. Decent reflexes and handling. Other things to be worked on. Poor first touch, but you know, we'll work on those things. He's penalty taking 11. I think we could have a potential future penalty taking goalkeeper on our hands here, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Goalkeeper's always a difficult one in the youth intake because you know he's coming as a 15-year-old, and obviously goalkeepers generally tend to break into the first team, become first team regulars a bit later than outfield players. So it might be, you know, a good 6-7 seasons before he's ready for the first team, however he develops. Now, he hasn't noted any other players. You know, normally we get that line about this player, you know, someone who's picked up, you know, I like to feel I've influenced and has picked up some of my personality traits, something like that. We don't have that this time. So let's have a look what else we've got. We've got right midfielder, Tony Bierker, I guess we'll call him. Balanced personality, not bad. Decent determination and teamwork. Nothing to write home about on the technical side. And he's just a right midfielder, which, you know, isn't really a position we play. We got another goalkeeper, Cameron Guerrero. He does look promising and ambitious, though, low determination, but some decent goalkeeping attributes. It's just that we do now, if I just show you the current under-18s and under-23s, you'll see we've already got this guy, Michael Davis, looks like a decent goalkeeper prospect. And if we take a look at the under-23s, see Scott Spencer, we can forget about him, but Kuzmin and Gonzalez are decent prospects too. We've also in the first team squad on the goalkeeper front, Evan Brown. I mean, he's one of our best players. He's a star player for us. And then we got this guy, Robbie Torres, who's got decent potential as well. So goalkeeper, it isn't really a position that we need those new faces in. All right, Charlie Evans, we've got an attacking midfielder here already with 1-star rating. 16 first touch, 18 bravery, big things at this level. Low determination though, again, casual personality, so that's not the best, but someone that we can work with, someone that we can train. So what we'll probably do is offer contracts to all these ones with 3.5-star potential or above. We've got a couple of weaker ones. We'll have a look at how they do. We won't rush into anything. We'll see how they do in the trial, in the game. If you are interested in finding out more about how I approach the youth development side of things, I am currently working on the concepts and scripts for a mini guide to youth development. So if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing, let me know down in the comments and leave a like on the video. So, you know, I know that's the kind of thing you guys are interested in, and, you know, it'll be worth my time making it. But yeah, we'll talk a bit about more detail there about how I assess a youth intake, things like how I go about choosing my head of youth development, what I look for there, and other things about the club overall, the infrastructure, things like that influence youth development. So if you're interested in the youth development guide, let me know. Okay, but now we fast forwarded to the end of May, to the end of the season, or near to the end of the season, I should more accurately say, to find out how we got on in the rest of the league campaign. So we mentioned last time we'd kind of started to rediscover our form a bit, and we had a big game against the Atlanta Silverbacks coming up. Did we win? Well, no, we lost 2-1 at home, unfortunately. Not our best performance. We then, in that other big game against North Carolina Academy, got a 0-0 draw. So if we go from here back to the start of the year, you can see that we lost or drew more games than we won. So we were not in good form, but then we turned things around. We did have a kind run of teams lower down, so we built up some confidence again. We got wins, scoring plenty of goals, not conceding any against Soccer Chicago, Atlanta Soccer Club, and FC Delco. Then we took on Connecticut, the high flyers in the league, the top team, away from home, and we beat them 4-2. We did go behind. We fought back through Ryan Andrews. We were 2-1 down at halftime, but the second half, Santiago. We're going to be talking about Santiago in a bit more detail shortly with a brace. Justin Oliver with a late goal as Connecticut pushed forward for the equaliser. That really gave us that confidence back, and then we took it into our final set of league games. Arsenal USA beat them 3-0. We beat Western Massachusetts 3-1, so got some revenge on them after they beat us earlier in the season. Mississippi, who were one of the teams looking to get into the playoffs, we beat them 4-2. You can see there, Marcelo Santiago hat-trick. And then we finished the season against Sacramento. Again, Marcelo Santiago bagging a hat-trick, but was it enough for automatic promotion? Unfortunately not. 90 points we finished on, 2 points behind Tormenta FC 2. Which is agonising because, of course, we lost the key game against them back in January. So had we won that, it would have been a very different story. We would have had that automatic promotion spot. But as it is, we got third. Now, we've already played through the playoffs a little bit because a little bit like the Vanarama Conference playoffs in England, you get 6 teams entering the playoffs. So Long Island, North Carolina Academy, they've already had matches against Boston, Mississippi. They've won those matches to set up semi-final clashes with ourselves and Atlanta Silverbacks. The good news is, both for us and Atlanta Silverbacks, those matches took place 3 days ago. They both went to extra time, so hopefully that's going to tire those players out just that little bit more. But before we get into that game, into those playoff games, you might have spotted a couple of Minneapolis players here in the stats. Santiago, 45 goals in 42 games. Unbelievably, though, that's not enough to have him top of the scoring charts. That is held currently by Clayton Adams with 46 goals. So maybe Santiago will secretly be glad of the playoff games and the opportunity to top the scoring charts. He does lead the way, though, in the Player of the Match awards, having picked up 14 of those across the season. Even Brown, 18 clean sheets. He's second in the league in that, so he'll also... we're up against North Carolina Academy in the playoffs today. That's the keeper who's first, so we'll be looking for our guy to keep a clean sheet and him to not. All right, so just to have a look at our players in a bit more detail. Marcelo Santiago, he's been scoring so many goals this season, 45. So in terms of league goals, he's already equaled his best season ever. So any goals in the playoffs are going to make it his most prolific season to date. 50 goals if we count the goals in the cup. So fantastic performance from him. Ryan Andrews also going from strength to strength. He keeps getting called up to Trinidad and Tobago squads. He hasn't played for them since his debut, unfortunately, but really developing those mental faculties and developing nicely elsewhere as well. And we can see this season, 7.25 rating, 18 assists in the league. He's been absolutely crucial to our success. Jack Barry also playing fantastically well, still doing the job in defence as he's done throughout this career, playing at least 38 games a season. He's on 37 at the moment for this season, but he's going to make it 38 very shortly. We've also got to dish out some praise for Will Kidd. Will Kidd, one of the real players that we added to the database. 10 goals this season, 13 assists. So he's just maintaining the same level of performance he has in our rise through the league. So it doesn't matter. Every time we go up a step higher on the pyramid, he is still turning in that consistent level of performance. In terms of assists, he's matched his best ever season. So hopefully he's going to do better than that. I don't know if he'll match his best ever goal scoring season with 15 from last year, but I'm sure he'll give it a go. I mentioned a new signing, so I did highlight this guy in the stream last week, but if you haven't seen that, I'll talk you through it now. Matt Silva, released by Minnesota United. He'd played in their academy, but they released him. We snapped him up so he can play in the defensive midfield role or the central midfield role, so he gives us that versatility. Low determination, but, you know, the level we're at, I think we can do some work with him. We can get him mentored. We can build him up into a decent player. So you see, we had to wait a while to get him registered, but he's played 20 league games since January for us. 3 goals, 2 assists, 6.84, so he's not setting the world on fire exactly, but I think he just needs a bit of time to grow into the role. So yeah, playoffs it is then. We get North Carolina Academy, who finished 6th in the league. So we've played them 2 times this season. We beat them 3-0 in the first meeting. The second meeting was 0-0. So we'll be looking to, you know, get a win today. Doesn't matter if we get the clean sheet or not, but we just want the win. We're playing this at a neutral venue at the Hefner Stadium. Don't think it's got anything to do with Playboy. It's in Fort Wayne after all, but you know, we'll just have some fun while we're there. All right, bit of fighting talk before this game, though. The manager of North Carolina, Samuel De La Rosa, is saying that I've been talking a lot in the build-up to this match. I just answered a couple of questions in a press conference, and I'll know to keep my mouth shut in future, apparently. Well, good luck with that, Sam. Right, so this is the way we're lining up for the North Carolina playoff game, and it's the way we've been lining up for most of the season, certainly since Silva came into the team. So Brown in goal, Barry and Kemp with that central defensive partnership, Healy and Barr in the fullback positions, Smith, Silva and Andrews forming our triangle in the middle, Kidd and Oliver on the wings, Santiago up front, and you can see how familiar these players are with each other now that Silva's built up that familiarity with Andrews and Smith in the same way that Ruiz Plaza had before him. The fullbacks and wingers are connecting well, so we've got that going. We've got that good run. Can we carry it in to this playoff game? Well, we're about to find out. Okay, so we're underway. We've got a highlight inside the first minute. North Carolina going immediately for that long ball football. We play a beautiful long-range pass to Santiago. He hits the side netting, but a bright start from us. Let's hope that's a sign of things to come. Well, 30 minutes in, we get our second highlight. It's a corner for North Carolina, but nothing comes of it. And now we've got the break. Justin Oliver streaming down that right wing. He gets hacked down. It's a penalty. It's going to be Marcelo Santiago looking for his 51st goal in all competitions. Santiago takes it. He's missed. Oh my God, how did he miss that? Oh, he's scored so many of those this season. And when it matters, he sends it wide. Anyway, let's see if we can get back in it here. Oh, we've hit the post. Oliver with the follow-up. There's Kidd who headed against the post. Oliver with the follow-up, but straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Those are the kind of things in this knockout sudden death game that you can easily live to regret. Into the second half now. We've got a free kick. Andrews whipping it in towards Silva. Doesn't quite find his man, but he gets the ball back, plays it out wide. Kent, he shouldn't be out there. Kent and Barry, they've been pulled out of position after going up for the corner, I think. But okay, we've just kept calm, going to our short passing game, looking for that opening. No panicking from this team. Andrews through to Oliver. Oliver, oh dearie me, that was a terrible ball from Oliver. But Healy Healy makes up for it, wins it back. Santiago with a great ball in for Silva. His shot's blocked. The follow-up there from Will Kidd, I think it was blocked as well. Oh, come on, we've got to score eventually. Matt Silva, not having a great game, so we're going to take him off and bring in Ruiz Plaza. He's got the experience. He's been here before. And then I've got both my fullbacks booked, and I silly haven't got fullback on the bench, have I? Well, let's just give the team talk. Make the difference. Get out there. Okay, 15 minutes to go. Are we going to face extra time, or is there going to be a late goal? Okay, it's going to be extra time then. We dominated that game. 2.57 and the XG, but no goals. Oof, we got a lot of work to do here. Okay, Andrews with the free kick. He knocks it into the box, but now we've got North Carolina on the break. Oh, this would be cruel. If they Smith, no, that's going to be his third sending off of the season. Oh no, that is exactly what we did not want to happen. Oh, dearie me. Right when, we're looking to get the win, but it just hasn't happened. Right, so we dropped Ruiz Plaza into a slightly less aggressive role, and what else are we going to do? I mean, I'm going to hold the other subs back for when these guys get really tired. Luckily, their fitness is good. The two wingers are playing well, Oliver and Kidd, so I don't want to take them off. So we'll just soldier on for the remainder of extra time, and hopefully that doesn't cost us. Right, I'm going to bring on a youngster, Chris Cruz, for Will Kidd. I mean, Will Kidd's had a great game. He's focused, he's happy, but Chris Cruz can take a better penalty, so that's the kind of thing we've got to start thinking about. And same thing in defence. We're going to bring on Carry On for Max Kent. Right, 7 minutes to go. Hopefully we don't end up losing this, because it would be a travesty if we did. We are approaching 120 minutes. There's going to be 1 minute more. And now it is the dreaded penalty shootout. So Santiago, who missed in normal time, well, he's going to have to take one. Andrews will be taking one. Chris Cruz, who we brought on, he'll be taking one as well. And then we're going to have Carry On and Justin Oliver. For the rest of it, I mean, hopefully we won't need any more takers, but we'll put a couple of them on the list anyway. Santiago, I'll let him go first. Let him get that confidence back. Ryan Andrews is one of the senior players. I'll move him to be the fifth taker. All right, team talk then for this one. This is going to be big. Okay, at least they're looking positive and calm. So all we're going to do is go with relax, be decisive, know where you're going to put your penalty. That's all they need. Santiago first then. Let's have a look. What can he do? Hopefully he's going to make up for that miss in the game this time. Oh, I thought that was going to go wide for a second there. But just into the side netting. Sent the keeper the wrong way. It's Thomas for North Carolina. He scores as well. All right, here comes Oliver, and it's saved. Oh, no. He just went straight to it. He didn't place the ball or anything. Milton now. Advantage North Carolina. All right, here comes the youngster, Chris Cruz. Come on, put this away. Show him how it's done. Oh, that was a good penalty. Hit hard. The keeper just defeated by the power. Now Bayou for North Carolina. Oh, I thought Brown was going to save that, but he just missed. Carry On now. This is where the pressure's on. He has to score, really, doesn't he? Oof. Super calm. Straight down the middle. Buete now for North Carolina. One of them's got to miss soon enough. But no, he just tucks it away. So now Andrews is coming. He's got the long walk, knowing that he must score. Just the keeper's in it. Alright, here he comes, Andrews, and it's been saved. Oh, I don't believe that. We've lost in the semi-final of the playoffs in a game that we should have won. Ah, look at that. An XG of almost 3, but we could not score. And a man sent off. Ian Smith, it's all your fault, mate. Well, Andrews, fair play to him. He says he'll step up again next time. Smith. Mr. Smith. Let's have a look. Like I said, he... it's so frustrating. He picked up his 3rd red of the season. And the Reds have come in big games as well. Because he, don't forget, was also sent off against Tormenta FC. A game that, you know, if we could have turned that into a win, would have seen us get automatic promotion. Well, De La Rosa showing himself to be not a very good winner. Telling me to keep my mouth shut, I don't know. Well, hopefully they lose in the final and we get to stick one to him next season. Oh, but would you believe it? Those jammy buggers North Carolina only went and won the final, didn't they? And look at that, they came back 2-0 down on 80 minutes. They equalised in stoppage time and then got the winner in extra time. So 3 games, 3 bouts of extra time. But, well, fair play to them. They managed to scrape through them all. I think they're coming straight back down next season, though. So in the end, a little bit of disappointment for us. I mean, on the one hand, again, we've made good progress. We've kept pushing up through the leagues. Our first season in a higher level, and we managed to finish 3rd. But you can't help but wonder what might have been. We should have won that playoff semi-final. If you look at, we only finished 2 points off automatic promotion. And especially if you look at this run around January, February, March, there were so many opportunities there where we could have picked up those 2 or 3 extra points that would have seen us through easily. But, well, it's not to be. The key thing now is to make sure we hold on to our best players. So make sure we hold on to Marcelo Santiago, Ryan Andrews, Evan Brown. If we can keep those guys in the team, we can bring some of the other youngsters up, give them a bit more experience at this level, and hopefully push for promotion again, as we did when we were trying to get out of Tier 7. So that's going to be the aim for next season. I'll be gunning for promotion. Let me know what you think down in the comments of our chances of doing that, of our performance this season. How would you rate our season based on, the fact that we were a newly promoted team? Do you think we should just be happy with how well we did, or slightly disappointed that we couldn't seal the deal when it came to promotion? Also, let me know down in the comments what you think about making Minneapolis City live streams a regular thing. I mean, through the summer holidays, I'd be happy to do a midweek stream, say Tuesday or Wednesday, just as we're kind of part way through the season, and then do the end of season reviews come the weekend. Let me know if that's something you're up for, and I would be more than happy to oblige. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, get the bell on for notifications so you don't miss a further City to the Moon episode. But for now, I'm Dodgy Gamer, and I'll see you again soon.